Acha, so I'm keeping it super raw. These are some of my journals, diaries, bro. Diaries that I use for my therapy sessions. I like noting down what my therapist is telling me because I have severe ADHD, not clinically proven. I just know I do, okay? I have taken those internet tests and I know I do have it. So it's very difficult for me to be attentive throughout the session. And sometimes I miss very important, crucial points. And then I regret because I need to remember those to apply those in my life, right? So what I started doing is I started noting down in a diary, and my therapist also really appreciates it. She tells me that you're one of those lesser individuals who does this and makes her also feel a certain type of way because I'm giving her words importance. That 1 hour I'm spending with her, I'm making her feel that yes, your words are gems and I'm keeping them stored in a diary so that I can go back and look at it later. And I'm going to read it like practice, like homework, right? And I do whenever I feel very sad and I don't remember what was it that was told to me during a session. I go back to those and I read again, and it really helps me most of the times. So I started dog earing the pages where the therapy sessions are loaded, and I wanted to talk about a few things that made sense to me, made me come out of situations which were difficult. And as I said, I'm keeping it super raw. There's no script to it. Like, I'm not really preparing for this. I'm just going ahead and saying what I want to say. So, forgive me if there are errors. I don't give a fuck anyway. So, one of the people who watches my videos and dropped a very nice comment on my YouTube channel, I remember, spoke about a topic I should speak on, which is heartbreak or breakups. Okay. And let's not pretend that we haven't had any, right? All of us have had heartbreaks and they are heart wrenching, right? There is a reason it's called a heartbreak, right? Or a break up. It's not just two people going apart, it can sometimes feel like a debt within your life, right? It feels like it's a point in your life where you are literally dying while being alive. You can feel physically your heart breaking. You can feel like your internal organs are kind of collapsing against each other and you can feel the pain of it. I don't know how you guys have experienced it. This is something that is very personal to me. That's what's happened to me. So, I spoke to my therapist once about this particular situation. It was a long time back, and I had this guy, and I had a breakup with this guy, and it was terrible because I was very much into it and stuff like that, right? And things did not work out, of course, and then we moved away from each other, and years passed, right? And when I had to see that person again, it started bringing a lot of emotions in me, right? Whenever I would like come in close proximity with the person, it would all kind of, get into my head again. And I always tried to pretend like nothing has ever happened. I did not feel any kind of pain. I did not go through the most tumultuous time in my life. But I did. The reality is, I very much did. And accepting is better than denying the fact that you went through an experience. I mean, it's your life. You went through an experience. Don't deny yourself that. Don't deny yourself the pain or the discomfort that you felt. Accept it. Yes, you did. You were in love, right? So that's what my therapist told me. There's nothing to feel ashamed about it. Why are you feeling ashamed in front of people to show your emotions? Yes, I'm not saying go ahead and just bichowify yourself in front of the person and stuff like that. You're over it anyway, right? But the point is accepting the fact that you were in love. There is nothing wrong with it. That's what was supposed to happen between the two people. You were supposed to be in love and you were in love. So you held your end of the bargain really well. You loved really well. And that's why even today, maybe it hurts a little bit. But that doesn't mean you are wrong in any way. You get my point? My therapist asked me, why are you ashamed of the fact that you loved well? And I was like, that's such a beautiful way of putting it. And that's so true. I loved well, and that's why my heart broke. I loved so purely and so well and so perfectly and gave my all to it. That's why I had a heartbreak. That's why I went through the pain. And today I'm ashamed of accepting it. I'm ashamed of the pain that brought me out of it as well. Today I'm a person who's different from that person who I was. But if that didn't happen, a lot of other things in my life wouldn't have happened. So, a heartbreak is a milestone in your life, right? It breaks your heart, but at the same time, it adjusts a few other things within you. It brings in the light at some point. At that particular time, of course, you don't feel like, something nice is going to come out of this. You feel like your entire world is breaking apart, which is true. But never be ashamed of the fact that you loved well. Never be ashamed of the fact that you held your side of the bargain well. Never be, um, never make yourself feel small because you had a lot of feelings. You're supposed to have feelings in love. You're supposed to have feelings towards a person you love. That's how it works, right? So, yes, you went into depression. Yes, you had all of those difficult nights. Yes, you cried a lot. Accept it. Say it out loud to yourself. Yeah, bro, I was in love, and these things happened because I loved well. There's no problem with that. Now that you have come out of it, because there's this thing, time heals. Sometimes a lot of time is going to go, but you're still going to feel like it's not healing. So, does time not heal? It's going to happen. But trust me when I say this, time heals because you meet other people. Time heals because you have other experiences. And when you accept those experiences, when you don't shut them off, when you're not reluctant towards them, that's when you come out of something like this, right? And during that time, when you are in your major heartbreak moment, you're going to come across wonderful people. You're going to come across wonderful things on the internet, perhaps. You're going to come across words that are going to touch your heart in ways that nothing else has. Some of my favorite authors, some of my favorite writers and influencers or people on the internet, I found during a time like that. And I still stick to them. I go back to listen to their words. And so I believe the heartbreaks have given me so much more than it has taken away from me. Because at that point, you only concentrate on what's gone, what's been taken away from you. But that's not necessarily all that there is to it. Think about it.